Good morning, this is Josh here at Mass Gun Works. I wanted to go over a job I just did. This rifle was fun and I learned a couple things. This is a Remington 783 and it has a Boyd's thumbhole stock, good stock. The owner brought it in because he was having trouble with the magazine locking in, and he also noticed that the rifle was having some accuracy issues. So I'm gonna attempt to get these things loosened up real quick so I can show you exactly what we did. So like any of the other branded firearms that have a low budget option for their bolt actions, Savage, Remington, trying to remember who the other ones are, escaping me at the moment, but anyway, they have some lower cost versions of their higher cost rifles. Like Remington, for instance, has a 783. It's a lower cost version of the 700. Savage has the Axis, lower cost version of the 110. Sorry. The thing I found interesting about this rifle is as you look at it, you'll notice some design features that are very, very similar to a Savage. I think Remington has finally maybe jumped on the bandwagon. So we have this barrel nut here. Remington typically headspaces by machining the barrel to precisely fit the receiver. Well, this one doesn't. This one has a barrel nut, so you thread the barrel in until the headspace is set correctly, and then you tighten the barrel nut. Remingtons typically have a bolt that appears to be a one-piece bolt. This one's very similar to a Savage bolt. It has the bolt head attached by a pin to the bolt body, and there's a spring-loaded washer that allows that bolt to float around a little bit, so it will match up more precisely with the chamber face. Also, you notice the extractor there. That's a Savage style extractor. I don't really know about reliability between the Savage style and the Remington 700 style extractor, but Remington has obviously basically just taken Savage's model 110 or maybe the 12, but their basic flagship design and put their name on it. I thought that was kind of interesting because, you know, if somebody's got a good design idea, why not? Anyway, so what we did to the stock, we pillar bedded. I made some brass pillars there, and then we also epoxy bedded around the recoil look. So everything is nice, tight fitting, and you get metal on metal contact. Now, the Remington 783 does not have a parts upgrade kit available that I have been able to find anywhere like the Savage does. So what we ended up doing is taking these two parts. These are the ones that you typically replace, the trigger guard and the magazine catch, because they are basically the washers that create the space between the action screws so you can tighten everything down nice and tight. I took and sleeved these with a brass bushing and then epoxied the bushing in place. Okay, it was much easier than me trying to actually fabricate these out of aluminum, and it worked just fine. So very quickly before my camera dies, if this is something that you would like to do with your Remington 783, or if you have a Savage that has plastic hardware that you want rather just sleeve. For this one, I used a size W drill that perfectly bored this out, and then I bored these bushings to, I think, a 17/64 was the size I did. A 1/4 inch is the size of this shank. That's a little tight. Unless you're able to get everything perfectly aligned, I would suggest doing even like a 5/16. Okay, that way you got plenty of room for that bolt to get in there and go home. Make your bushings a little big. But yeah, 17/64, 5/16, somewhere in there. But it works great. Tightens up, and I'm anxious to see how he finds the accuracy and how he feels about the job. So when I hear back from him, I'll make another video, give you guys an update. So hope this was informative and that you learned something. I know I did. So hope you have a good day.